Kenya has joined other countries in marking World Radio Day as the marvel of sound over the airwaves continue to attract audiences. Radio boasts of its inviolable richest effectives. World Radio Day was first observed in 2012 following announcement by UNESCO during its 36th conference in 2011. This year's theme, Radio and Trust, amplified this significance as radio continued to uphold its credibility as a trusted medium. Persons with disabilities are raising concerns over effort by the government to ensure provision of equal opportunities in government institutions. They urge the government to increase funding and create awareness on key issues affecting persons of disabilities. They say they have drafted a policy to address disparities in service provision to persons with disabilities.
Although much has been achieved, we still have a long way to go, and we call upon the government to recommit to the Global Disability Summit of 2022 in the following key areas. On stigma and discrimination, we call the government to increase public participation of persons with disabilities in planning, inclusive budgeting, design and implementation of decision-making process and procedures. On inclusive education, we call upon the government to implement the following. First is to increase resources to enhance the provision of inclusive education through infrastructural development to enhance accessibility and human capital in all levels of education. We call the government also to support commissions in the education sector to follow up the implementation of inclusive education to ascertain full implementation in respect to the needs of persons with disabilities in these institutions.
On economic empowerment, we call upon the government to recommit itself to achieve the 5% job reservation for both appointive and elective positions. We also call upon the government to commit in monitoring the implementation of the 30% of the access to government procurement opportunities for persons with disabilities. We also call upon the government to support and capacity build the economic and enterprises of persons with disabilities in both formal and informal sectors. We also call upon the government to enhance the social protection mechanisms targeting persons with disabilities and their caregivers.
Mwito wetu ni ya kwamba hili kongamano ambalo linakuja wiki ijayo kule Norway na kule Ghana, kwa sababu ni kongamano la pili la walemavu, yale matako ambayo walemavu watatayarisha pale. Pengine nikisema vile Kenya tumezoea kufanya kuiga sera. Kwa hivyo tungependa pia muige hii sera ambayo inahusu watu walemavu, muweke katika manifesto zenu, na mpate pia si kuweka tu kwa manifesto, muweke pia bajeti ya kuhakikisha zimetekelezwa.